Hello, dear viewers. How are you doing? I hope and trust that you have all been keeping safe and that you are all well. So, today we are going to talk about tips to help kids cope with parents' divorce. So, welcome. This is Chero. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much. Telling your kids about the divorce. I mean, there is no way around it. I know it is a tough topic that you will have probably problems in talking it out with your kids, but I'm sure by the time you are deciding that you are going to have a divorce, you would have thought about it over and over again. And now that you are at this point of having the divorce, you just have to tell the kids no matter what. Well, you and your partner already know that you are going to get the divorce, but believe me, this will be something new to your children. They will probably be in the dark. They don't know that parents are going to get the divorce. So, what will help them is you must consider having an open and honest discussion around it. So, this will help them circumnavigate around the whole process. You'll want to bring the topic to the kids between 2 to 3 weeks before the actual separation starts, before either of you moves out of the house. So you need to discuss this with the kids, tell them what has happened, and this duration 2 to 3 weeks will give them time, to process the whole thing. And in the end, they will take it maybe positively. Be sure to have a plan in your mind, even if it's a loose one, because I'm sure after you tell the kids about the divorce, they are going to have a lot of questions. There are some who will just keep quiet, but there are those, or there is one or two who is going to ask a lot of questions. So be sure to have something to answer. Let them not find you when they ask a question, you are just blank. So come up with something, prepare a lot of answers in your mind. Just assume what is it that they could ask about. So probably they will be asking, now who is moving out? Is it mommy or is it daddy? And how are we going to be seeing the one who has moved out? And what will be the situation at home without one parent? So be sure to get all these questions and more of these ones, and just have, like, as I told you, just have ready answers. You might want to have the talk in a quiet place where there is no much distraction. This will give you and the kids time, to talk about the whole thing without any distractions. And make sure that you do not have to run errands, or you don't have other obligations to attend to. Just set this particular day to be the day that you are going to talk about the divorce with your kids. So this will ensure that there are no interruptions in between. And like that, you will have enough time, to be together, to answer whatever questions they might arise. So you might also want to tell the teacher, your child's teacher, a day or two before you talk it out with your child. So this is going to help the teacher, it's going to give the teacher heads up in case the child starts acting out or needs support. Okay, so that the teacher is already aware and he or she will know how to handle when they see that there is some changes happening with the child. But please, you also tell the teacher that they should not talk it out with the child unless the child starts the conversation. When you are having this conversation with your child or with your children, just try also to touch some points like, oh, me and your dad or me and your mom have been trying, all the possible ways to make sure that this relationship is working. We've tried, we have exhausted whatever possible solution was there, but all in vain. And we have come to a decision that separation is the best thing, so that they see that it was not just you just had a small misunderstanding and boom, you've decided to separate. Make them see that it was actually not your will. It was not the will of the both of you to separate, but now it has gone out of hand. And even though you've tried other mechanisms, to solve the problem, it was not successful, and the only thing that was left was for you to separate, and that was for the betterment of for them, for you. Make them understand that. Please make sure also that you assure the child that the split is not because of them or because of him or her, that the split is not because of their behavior or something like that. So don't make them feel like they are responsible for your separation, but actually assure them that it was not because of their behavior, but it was just because of the two of you, that you couldn't understand each other. But then tell them that they are free to love whatever parent fully and unconditionally, like they are free to love whomever, that they don't feel like now because maybe the father is leaving or the mother is leaving, I'm not supposed to talk to them or I'm not supposed to love them. Just let them, give them that openness, that they are free and they are, allowed to love whichever of the parents. They can even love the parents equally, but the decision is actually theirs. So resist from casting blame in front of the children. Okay, so if you are the father talking to the kids, or you are the mother talking to the kids, please don't mention like, oh, your mom is such and such and such and such a thing, or your father is unbearable. Don't bring those things, because it's going to corrode the minds of the children. It's going to make them take sides, and you do not want that to happen. Okay, let them just know that it was whatever the reason that made you separate should not be a fault of one parent. I know at that time you'll want to talk ill of your partner, to get favor from the kids, that you want the kids to be on your side. But please, if you do that, it's going to do them more harm than good. Be sure to give your child room to feel how they want to feel. Okay, you may want to say things like, all feelings are normal feelings. You may feel sad, worried. Do not worry. It is normal to feel that way. We will work through these feelings together. Assure the child that you will be present, with them emotionally as well. Encourage your child to talk to you. Explain to them that you are a safe place, that they can share whatever feelings they might be having. Be sure to listen very carefully. Give them your ears, okay? Give them a listening ear and just listen what they say. Do not start, threatening the children and say, let me see you. If you are the mother, you start telling them, let me see you with your father. You're going to see fire. Don't say things like that, or start telling the child, I don't want to see you talking to your dad, or I don't want to see you talking with your mom. It is me now who is in charge. You'll be putting fear. You'll be putting fear in the lives of the children. And already the news that the two of you are separating is already hard enough for them. So you do not want to complicate their lives. You want to make their lives as smooth and as easy as possible. They are anyway not responsible. Okay? The mistakes that the two of you have made has nothing to do with the kids. So whatever it is, just calm down, compose yourself. Just when they need you, tell them you are always there. They can deposit whatever feelings they have, and that you'll be ready, to listen to them. It's most important to understand that kids process change differently. Their reaction is not going to be the same. What works for one of your kids may not work for the other one. So you want to be very careful. Check out if you notice any changes. Look for any cues that they could be presenting, so that you'll be quick, to swift into action to help them, that they don't sink into depression, or they're not stressed out. Please reach out for help if you need it. This may be in the form of your own friends or family support system. If you have any friend or any relative that the children are fond of, please, you'll want to consider that they come over visiting the kids, or the kids go out to visit them. This will take away any pressure that the kids could be having. And of course, the parents by then, or your family, will be aware that you are having a divorce, so they will know how to talk to the kids. They will know how to approach the kids. When you see that the child is starting to display warning sign, the best thing you can do at this point, schedule time with the counseling psychologists, because they really know how to handle these matters. The last one is be kind to yourself. Yes, I know your child or children needs you to be strong and self-centered, but hey, you are still human. So don't hide your emotions. If you need to cry, just cry and don't go and hide. We have this notion that when you are crying, kids should not see you. In fact, it is encouraged that you show your emotions in front of your kids. Feel vulnerable in front of them. This will encourage them also to do the same. Like if they are going through troublesome feelings, they know that they can do it openly in front of their mom or dad, that they don't hide in future when they are going through difficulties. So pour out your emotions. If you need to cry, just cry out, but then explain to them why you are feeling that way. Okay, that was a brief, short tips, and I hope it's going to help a soul or two out there. And I want to wish you a very nice time. Hey, before I forget, if you are a resident of Nakuru, maybe you know, maybe you do not know, Pizza Inn, Chicken Inn is now open in Nakuru. They are located next to Stanbic Bank, or maybe opposite KCB's main ATM building, that small ATM house. Go there, grab your pizza, very delicious chicken. We've been asking for Galitos for a very long time in Nakuru, and finally God has answered our prayers. So rush there, have fun with your family, and of course enjoy your meal. And until next time, I want to wish you all a very, very good time. Take care of yourselves. I love you very much, and above all, God loves you very much. Bye bye, my family.